Survival is not for the fittest. It is for the one most susceptible to change. Charles Darwin. You see, Tesla built a failed business model due to shareholder pressure, and the cookie is now crumbling. Their 52-week high was $229, and they're now down to $163. By the end of the year, in my opinion, it's going to be $50 a share. And as the cookie continued to crumble, just like Tatavosian, I call him Pupavosian, had to finally admit and say the only way to solve range anxiety is by battery swapping. Who owns the prime real estate already, taking up all the prime real estate for battery swapping stations? Us, that's who. You see, out of desperation, Tesla is now offering zero interest loans up to 5-year time period of the loan to boost sales. But the Chinese man is now saying, if you try to give it to me for free, I will shoot you. Keep this disgusting thing that will just take money out of my pocket and will not benefit me. So the Chinese people are waking up. And as one of my subscribers said in a couple of videos went back, he said that people should know when they are conquered. Apple tried as a tech company to make an EV and failed miserably after spending millions and millions of shareholders' dollars. Whereas Xiaomi, a Chinese tech giant, made an EV. Then we had an EV company that made a phone. We know that company all too well. It's called Huawei. NIO, Blue Skies is coming. And we were successful at it. We were successful at making the most technologically advanced EV in the world. It was given that honor, the highest honor in Germany, and that is the highest award you can get in any country. So the great Ray Dalio said that when good things happen, it happens in bunches. Now Apple is trying to make humanoid robots, and again they are behind, and NIO is ahead of the game again. Take a look at this video and then we shall continue.
Let's get to Mark Gurman now. He is Bloomberg's chief news correspondent for Apple. He covers everything. Mark, can you walk us through what this really may look like here?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on our breaking news here. Yes, so Apple has secret skunkworks teams investigating a push into the personal robotics field. They're looking at a couple things. A few years ago, they started development of what is essentially a large iPad on a robotic arm that can move on a FaceTime call to follow a user. So let's say you and I are FaceTiming and you have one of these devices and I tilt my head or nod my head or some such. The display that you're seeing would nod or move around to mimic my head movements on that robotic arm. So that's one potential use case of personal robotics in the home. The other, and this is very nascent, very early, would be a home robot that can follow you around. It would navigate autonomously like the self-driving car Apple was working on. It would have a focus on video conferencing.
Welcome back, my fellow lions and lionesses. You see, since last year I've been saying that this is our year, the year of neo-lions, not the year of the dragon according to the Chinese calendar. And the reason why I said that is because I saw the sub-brands coming out and now it's upon us next month. We saw in my last video, I talk about the very next sub-brand under Alps is getting ready to also come out right after that. It's going to be a bigger one for the bigger family. Also more technologically and superior advanced to any rat poop Tesla could ever make. Excuse me, guys. And I knew that Alps and Firefly were running parallel. Alps, Firefly will be brands under EVs under a different brand for Europe. And I know that this was just the beginning of the mass brands. I knew that once we start the mass brands, because we already established our name as the most technologically advanced EV company in the world, even better than a Rolls-Royce, that the extraterrestrial 9, I knew that by the end of this year and coming next year, our pockets is going to be boom bata, our pockets getting fatter. And we will be celebrating in Manchester United. I will travel to England for the first time. So, following its initial announcement in January 2021 and several delays since then, NIO has commenced this Wednesday, yesterday, large-scale production of the 150 kilowatt semi-solid state battery. Woohoo! Large-scale production of the battery that no one can touch. And you see, we are able to do it in a large scale. It takes time. The ultra-long-range battery was initially unveiled at NIO's annual event, NIO Day, where the sedan ET7, the first model from the second platform, was introduced. Now, 3 years later, customers in China will finally have access to them. You see, they're talking about Tesla coming out with a sub-brand next year for like 25 grand. A little too late, son. But also, I don't care what he come out with. He can pull a rocket out of his rear end. It will not save him anymore. Because without battery as a service, it comes back to battery as a service. It is a failed business model. This is why you see even Baidu had to bend the knee yesterday. Even Chang'an, Chery, SAIC, etc., bends the knee to King William Lee. So, I feel a little sorry for Elon Musk, I'll tell you why. Even though he was very arrogant in the beginning and laughed at BYD and Chinese manufacturers, he had to swallow his laughing. I still feel sorry for him because he started a revolution, but I don't feel sorry for his shareholders. I'll tell you why I say that. Because the writing is on the wall and they're pretending not to see it out of what you call patriotism for some of them. And Ray Dalio warned against that. He said, never invest based on patriotism. And I go further in saying because the corporations don't do it. The pension funds in America, the hedge funds, the big corporations like BlackRock, JP Morgan, all of them, they're investing heavily in China. But they're telling you don't. And finally, the Pupavosian, this animal, and I told you he would have to stop lying, and now it's coming out slowly. NIO CEO Emperor William Lee demonstrated the capabilities of the new battery during a 14-hour live stream in December 2023. By then, Lee embarked on 1,044 kilometers, 649 miles road trip from Zhejiang province of Fujian province in the company's flagship sedan ET7, maintaining an average speed of 84 kilometers throughout the journey. Now, let me also say this. Remember in my video yesterday, I spoke about the other brand on the Alps is right behind it. How are we able to do this? And first of all, let me say this too, guys. I want to thank Money Making Melvin from Florida for sending me this article that I'm talking to you guys about 150 kilowatt hour battery. You see, the reason why we're able to release the other brand on the Alps right after, is because of something that a lot of people fail to realize. We already have done, and Money Making Melvin was right in saying that, the research and development for a lot of these EVs already. It's already done. That's why they call it cash burn. They're burning cash. Shut your mouth. You know not of what you speak, boy. So we already did the research and development. Everything is in place. Now we just have to pump them out. Say my name, say my name. You see? So according to NIO User's Manual, the new 150 kilowatt pack weighs 575 kilogram, representing a 20 kilogram increase compared to the 100 kilowatt pack. The 150 kilowatt ultra long range battery is compatible with NIO's entire range of smart EVs, and can be charged, swapped, or upgraded. Chargeable, swappable, upgradable. Woohoo! How you like them apples? No one else has that. No one. Upgraded as part of a service subscription model using one of Neo's power swap station. And as we know, the sub-brands, all the Gen 4 stations, they're going to be able to use them. And we're going to be just pumping them out this year. Starting this month. How does time fly, guys? Remember we were talking about this last year and it seemed like a long time away. This is why we need to have patience, because after Alps, first brand on board, the next one's going to be banged out right after Firefly, then the second one, and again, and again, and again, and we take over the market, and we dominate. We are the new and improved. Out with the old and in with the new, I say. Earlier today, Neo unveiled a partnership agreement, this was yesterday, to integrate their charging networks. Through this collaboration, JU, a brand jointly established by Geely Group and Baidu, and I spoke about that. Baidu, the giant, which we wanted to join with us in the beginning. And they probably said to themselves, who knows? Probably said, I don't know, just like Elon Musk. Well, now you know, boy. But also, it could have been where they already spoke about it and Emperor William Lee, did not say anything, knowing that we had to have enough battery swap stations in place first. You see where I'm coming from. So sometimes we say, oh, we're not hearing nothing. Emperor Lee isn't saying nothing, and things are happening in the background. We just have to have patience. In a press release on Monday, Neo reported the delivery of 11,866 vehicles in March 2024, marking a 14.3% increase compared to the previous year. The deliveries comprise of 6,737 SUVs and 5,129 sedans. And I also saw that we're doing bulk sales now in China to the dealerships, just like other car companies does, right? They sell them in bulk and these dealerships sell them. My God. Guys, what is getting ready to happen to us this year? All of our sacrifice. I keep buying shares in my son's portfolio now to bring his average down again. He has over 1,600 shares now. So I've been adding to his to bring his average down. His average is now $10 something. So I'm trying to bring his average down as well. I'm going to buy some more for him again next week. I just transferred money again today. Because I truly believe and see where we're going. Just like with Ocean, UXIN, I keep averaging down on that. I bought another 200 shares this week again. And I'm also averaging down on my SoFi, but not the way I'm averaging down on our baby Neo. So I hope you guys found this video to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, do not forget to hit that thumbs up before you leave. Do not forget to share this all over your social media, guys. And, as usual, we're trying to wake up the middle class to get a piece of the pie and learn of this wicked game that they have been playing, like our boy Pupavosian. And like 50 said, we have that warrior mindset where we get rich or we die trying, guys.